Hey there, I'm stopping in, sending out a video to you guys, hoping you're doing well. And I was going to give you a quick tips on the next 2 pages. So this is the one that we had from Monday the 23rd, which was page 4, which is substitutions, as well as multiplying monomials, which is page 5. So if you're looking at page 4, I know my last video I did remind you guys about the properties. That one should have been really zippy fast, just comparing what you have there. And then the next one is talking about adding and subtracting with coefficients. So when we did this, I'm going to try to do it in front of you and then tip it forward. Remember, we would look for ones that had like terms. So both of these have W's on them, and so that's why they're like terms. And so we would put the similar shapes on there. So we would go through and say, okay, I'm gonna look for, like on question 3, all of my x to the thirds and put a square around those. And then all of just my plain old x and put a circle around those. So that's how we did those. We looked for like terms, and then remember, we don't change the exponent. We just look for it, and then we would combine them to make like terms. Please remember, we were so silly about what we did. From comes first. So if you hear the words from in there, you have to reverse the order sometimes. So like subtract for question 4, subtract 2x squared minus 4x minus 12 from negative 3x squared plus 12x minus 18. That second one gets written first, and then we do keep change like we've been doing for a while. And then on page 5, we have multiplying monomials, and I wanted to remind you that if you see that little exponent hang on the outside of a parenthesis, so I see one right here. Most of you guys remember these on the salmon sheets. We've been doing them a lot, that you have to rewrite it that many times. So when we do that, it looks like this. I'm going to take that negative 2x squared y, and I'm going to rewrite it. And my little number up there actually says 3, so I have to do an extra one. I'm writing really big so you can see it. And then everything else that didn't have the exponent there, which is this one right here, that's going to get written at the back end. I was hoping the orange would be easy for you guys to see, but I'm not so certain. And then what do we do with this? We just plug it right into our calculator. We take all the whole numbers, so that negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 3, all the big numbers out in front, and we multiply those in my calculator. And then we're going to do our exponents. We're going to add our exponents that match. So we're going to look and see that I have x to the second, x to the second, x to the second. And then remember, we have lazy mathematician over here. That's x to the first. So we're going to say 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 in our calculator to get the x's. And then all of my y's on the front end are lazy mathematician y's. There's a 1 there, so we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. Okay, so when we're looking at that, I do have the answer key listed there if you do need to take a peek. And then multiplying polynomials. Remember, we did it 2 different ways. We did the distributing where we go and we touch all of them and multiply each of those. And we've also done the chart method. So if we're going to do the distributing method, we're going to take that 12x to the third, and I'll actually do this one out for you. And we're going to touch all of them and remember all of our rules. So here's what I did. I took that, and I have 12x to the third times x to the third. So 12 times that lazy mathematician 1 gave me 12, and x to the third and x to the third gave me x to the sixth. Then I took that 12x to the third and touched the next negative 12x, or minus 12x, and I did 12 times negative 12 gave me a negative 144, and then I have x to the third times x. Well, I add those exponents. It was a lazy mathematician 1, and that gives me x to the fourth. And then I do it again. I take 12x to the third. Oops, I'm sorry, you can't really see it. 12x to the third times 10. And when I do that, I got 120. And then remember, if there was no x there, that's okay. You take what's there and you multiply it in there. So that's why it's x to the third. And then I'm going to do the hardest one on there, which I think is number 7. So this puts together both of the problems that we had up top and together here. It's got x to the second, so I'm going to rewrite this twice, like this. Oh, can we find it? There it is. And then we're going to use the chart method. So remember, we put them all around the boxes out here. And I should have grabbed other colors so I could show it to you really clear. I'm sorry. So this gives me 16x squared minus 20x minus 20x plus 25. So I multiply my outsides. My 4x and my 4x gave me 16x squared. My 4x and negative 5 gave me negative 20x. My negative 5 and 4x gave me negative 20x. My negative 5 times negative 5 gave me a positive 25. And then I combine like terms, which are my 2 that have like terms. And remember, we would circle them in class. Those are the 2 right there, and rewrite them. So now my answer gives me 16x squared minus 40x plus 25. All right, so I want to reiterate, if you need me, shoot me an email. We can do a FaceTime through our emails. That works really great. We can you can send me a problem and say, hey, Miss P, I don't get it. And I can try to send you a personal video. That's totally fine if you don't think you want to connect online with me. But I'm here for you if you need anything. I hope you're doing well. And don't stress over the math. Just try your best. Keep math fresh. Do it for a few minutes a day. And if you can't, that's okay. All righty. Talk to you soon. Bye.